A lot of records.
It's a lot of records. Hey, how you doing there, Mr. Marsalis?
Very good, sir.
The last time I saw you, I was down, it was almost exactly 1 year ago. I saw the Uptown Jazz Orchestra, and
Okay.
man, it was such a great show. And I just remember thinking like, oh, I need to come back in a few months and do this again.
Right, right. Yeah, it's a difficult time, but it kind of makes us glad that we had the great times and look forward to having more great times in the future.
What's been going on with you? Like, I mean, did this create just a ton of free time or not?
Well, I contracted the COVID early, so I was out for about a month and a half. So I guess I actually needed the break. But since then, there's some free time, but a lot of the time is spent trying to figure out how to keep things going. What are we going to do? What's the plan moving forward? Trying to get some new music out. And we've been doing a couple of live streams, and that's always good to keep the band active. So, I think it's just one of those things you have to have adaptability, which is kind of what jazz musicians have always had to have.
And here's another chance. Well, this Sunday, you've got something kind of special planned. It's called the Big Easy Holiday Bash. And for people who live in Tennessee, at least on my side of Tennessee, that's 8 o'clock. But if you're on the other side of Tennessee, which I also visit, that's 7 o'clock. What's special about this particular event, and how are you going to pull this thing off?
Well, we do our live streams at the biggest studio in town. It's Esplanade Studios. It's a church that they've converted into a studio. It's really nice, and they've got a great camera setup because we've got a big band, and we're conscious about the social distancing and trying to make sure that everybody's safe. We're going to do a jazzy interpretation of Tchaikovsky's Nutcracker, and also some original materials and some Christmas music. So it's going to just be a fun holiday time. It's going to be what we do.
Yeah, and that when I saw you at Snug Harbor, I guess I'm almost exactly a year ago. I remember I was beat. I'd been running around all day, and man, I swear, like within maybe 3 minutes, like my entire attitude and energy level, which I thought was gone, changed. Like, how does it do it? How does that actually happen?
Right. Well, the funny thing is when people think about jazz, and it can have many different forms, but all great American music is rooted in the dance. And that's kind of the New Orleans, there's a reason why jazz started down here in New Orleans. And that dance element is whenever you hear New Orleans music, you know it. You say, man, that's New Orleans music. It's because of the dance. If it's Fats Domino, or if it's the Neville Brothers, or if it's what we play with Uptown Jazz Orchestra, that's what the key is. So I think probably when we started off, Roger Lewis was there, the dirty old man, and he always sets us up just right. He's here. He's always there to party. So we're glad he's going to be with us on Sunday also.
Yeah, and Roger Lewis was with you that night. I mean, he literally played with Fats Domino, right?
Oh man, Fats Domino's in the list of probably 80 or 100, probably more than. He's played with so many people, but he certainly played in Fats's band, and just really the truth. And Roger Lewis represents, what we all aspire to sound like and to represent when we play, just dirty old man.
And how does he keep his chops going? I mean, different instruments, trombone presents different challenges. Is he playing Barry sax on this?
Right, baritone sax, and he plays alto also. He won't play alto on Sunday, but Roger plays all the time. He's been in the music industry, or he's been playing professionally for over 60 years. So he just stays at it, and he stays in shape. He has a Bowflex machine, he showed me. So he does Bowflex. So, but also he just has a great attitude. And a lot of that is, I think, what the challenge of this past year has been for many of us, is just really having that positive outlook and that positive attitude. And that is great to have individuals in the band like, him and Terrence Hollywood Taplin, and Herlin Riley is playing drums. And it's just guys that have a certain type of positivity that it comes through in the music.
Yeah, and you've got it, you know. I mean, and you've had a rough, by any definition, you've had a rough year, you know. How do you bounce back?
Yeah. Well, I look at them. I look to them for inspiration, and and our ancestors, man, people have had a tough go at it. I think we've been so spoiled as the current, I guess, crop of Americans. We have to look back at, man, it's been tough times all of the time. So we have to see this through and look to the other side of it. So that's what we do, and and it's really easy with a great band like with the Uptown Jazz Orchestra and the guys. Just it's that energy that you said that you felt, and we definitely miss the audience, but we remember what that's like playing for an audience. So whenever we hit the bandstand, that's what we try to recreate, that energy.
And I got a feeling you take that same approach when you're making records, because one thing I've noticed about New Orleans music, a lot of times, I'll go see a band and I'll go, man, this is it. This is, this is the medicine. And then I'll get the record and I'm like, yeah, that's pretty good, but it's not that thing I had. And it's got to be almost impossible to translate that. But your last one, the Jazz Party record, did it. Like I had the same dang feeling when I put on the CD, when I put it on, it's like, that's it. That's the thing.
Right. Well, I would say I've been very fortunate, not to to be braggadocious, but I've been fortunate with an ability to really recreate the bandstand on albums. So that's the one thing I'm most proud of. All of my records going back 25 years or so is the idea of recreating that experience. So when I recorded The Last Southern Gentleman, and that features my dad, of course, the great John Clayton, Marvin Smitty Smith, that's a different atmosphere. It's not as much of a part. It's a different, I guess, aspect of the party. But, when you hear that record, it seems like you're right there in the room with us performing. And that's something that it's just one of them things, I'm glad to be able to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I remember the first time I put it on, I even felt like I was at a live show, even though it's not a live record. And
Right.
that's a cool trick.
Yeah, we had, going back, I think the records, and the other thing with the band, the great part of playing every week is that, I'll step back and just say, I played with the great Elvin Jones. And of course, he was with John Coltrane for some of those great recordings. And one day I was asking him about Love Supreme. It's like, man, Love Supreme. Like, well, did y'all know when you went into the studio that it was going to be that? And he thought about it. He said, well, we just went in the studio and did what we did every night. And I remember him saying that, and that's my approach is when we're in the studio, we're just doing what we do every time we play. It's not that it's a special occasion, but it's not special occasion because we're recording. It's like when we play those gigs, like the night that you were there, it was a special night for us. Every chance we have to play, it's a special occasion. So when we're in the studio, we just try to capture that vibe.
I got a feeling when this is, this thing all sort of resolves, that I think not just the musicians, but I think the audiences are going to understand how good it is to have it when they have it again.
Yeah, sometimes you need, we can never predict what's going to happen. We can only predict how we respond to it. And that's what we're trying to, the last live stream, we had two people there. A couple, they came in and they had the masks and everything on. And I was trying to explain to them, just the fact that they were there made a big difference to us. Because we finished playing, even though there's two people clapping, it's like, we're playing for them. And that's a great thing. So yeah, there's nothing like that synergy that happens. And we see it in sports. Whenever you get a group of people together, something great can certainly happen.
A lot of people have been asking me, how do we what's the best way to support musicians in this time? Like what's like someone wants to support you and your guys. What's the best way to support?
I'd say there's three main ways: Cash App, PayPal, and Venmo. No, but yeah, it's a tough time. So any musician it's hard out here. So that's going to be the best way. The second best way would be, of course, check out the music and check out the recordings. That's the primary ways. I'd say the engagement of it, and maybe follow on. We have lots of Instagram and Facebook, and have some funny videos and everything that we're checking out. But I'd say for sure anybody that you want to support at this point, it never hurts. A little donation, and there's no cost for our live stream, so we rely on donations. But I don't think anybody would turn that down.
No, and I probably bought more records this year than I've ever bought, just because I feel like, man, I want to do something, and also I have all that money left over from not going to shows.
Right.
Yeah.
And depending on the artist, purchasing the product definitely helps. You never know how much of that the artist is actually going to take home. But look, I mean, we love the music, we love playing, and all the rest is lanyap, as we would say. That's just a little bit extra. So we're just glad to be able to be out here and play. We're going to have a great time with this holiday show. And, Tanya Boyd Cannon, I didn't mention, boy, just a powerhouse vocalist. And she's going to handle the business too.
Yeah, and that's this Sunday, the Big Easy Holiday Bash, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. If you're in Nashville or Memphis or wherever, if you're in Central, it's at 7 o'clock. It's online, it's free, and it's a great lineup. I'll be there. And the last thing I want to do is I'm going to just go grab a record at random here and see if you know what it is. All right?
All right.
Name the record name. I'm going to close my eyes.
Okay. It's been a minute since I've done that. We'll see.
Oh, okay. Well, it's Dave Liebman, Lookout Farm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've never heard this one, but it's got Jeff
Well,
Williams on drums.
I thought you were going to give me a chance to name it.
Oh, we're going more.
Well, no, we can listen at that though. I've done some gigs with Dave Liebman, man. He's really cool. We can hear that one. That's cool. Kent McIntyre. I don't know that one. I'd have had a better chance with Dave Liebman.
Yeah, the station goes back to the jazz hit programming. It goes back to the 60s. So I'll occasionally just pick out something. I'll check that. I'll probably take this one home and check it out. Last time it was played in 1987.
Oh, wow. Man, that's good. Check it out. I see that great collection y'all have back here. Vinyl. I love it.
It's my happy place. And on Sunday night, my happy place is going to be on Facebook, the Big Easy Bash. Delfeayo Marsalis, it's always great to see you. And we wish you the best.
Well, I thank you very much, and looking forward to seeing y'all next year in person.
I'll be there.